Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. I think I've read for you before. I kind of know how this works, but I do like to remind people this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. They won't give me all the details. They'll give me just enough that you should know what they're talking about. And if it doesn't make any sense now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you and go, oh, I know what he's talking about. So, boop. Looks like there was something else I wanted to say. I don't know. It's pouring down rain here. It's flooding again in Kansas. And sorry, the camera's a little fuzzy. It's kind of dark. So we're going to talk to Craig. Well, he says, okay, that doesn't really make any sense, but I will repeat it. Do what makes your heart desire. Usually it's do what your heart desires, but he says do what makes your heart desire. Not sure if he meant to say it that way. He said, yes, he did. Do what makes your heart desire. So, would think about that. Write it down. Do what makes your heart desire. What is it you need to do to make your heart desire something that you really, really want? What are you blocking yourself from? What are you blocking your heart from that you're not allowing your heart to desire what your heart needs to desire? Does that make sense? Do what makes your heart desire. What will make your heart desire? What's the saying I always use? What will make your heart happy? What is really in there that you're not letting out? You're not allowing yourself to desire something that you really, really want. It'll make your heart happy. He says black, like a black curtain, like you're not seeing it. And he's showing me a black curtain. You're stuck in some negative stuff. You've got this black curtain in front of you, and you're not allowing yourself to see the sun on the other side of it. It's totally bringing you down into a negative thing. He says, dig in a hole, dig in a hole. Oh, see, I've done that. I don't know if you know how to visualize, but whenever I used to start digging myself down into a hole, my Bob, wherever you're at, Bob, my Bob would hand me a shovel, visualizing or seeing the things that I see the way I see them, and make me put dirt back in the hole, and make me, when I start digging myself in too deep, too far down, then I would actually have to, he would hit me over the head with a pool noodle. I know this sounds crazy. So goes my world. Anyway, and he would hand me a shovel after he got my attention, and he would tell me to visualize myself putting dirt back in that hole so the hole's not so deep. And it literally does something to your energy. It really does. I tried it, might work for you. I don't think he would have mentioned it if it wasn't a possibility it will work for you. It worked for me over and over and over. Yeah, I need to fill in some more holes right now. He's saying that you also need to open up the curtains in your home. Let the sun shine in. Like this morning, it's raining here. So I opened the back door for a while, and I've got the blinds open, even though it doesn't look very bright in here. He says you need fresh air. It's something about like opening a window. And it's hard on the central air, but I've got the back door open. So something like that. Breathe. He says literally you need to breathe. The best breathing when you get tensed up is to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's meditation type breathing. And do it at least 3 times in a row, kind of slow. Some people, when they breathe in through the nose, they hold it for a couple of seconds and then out, and make sure you push it all out. Do that 3 or 4 times. Our body, our poor little cells do not get enough oxygen with the shallow automatic breathing that we do. I think I got rid of it. I got sticky notes all over my computer. I even had a sticky note on my computer that's, oh, there it is. It says breathe. Because we don't think about it. He's stressing this right now. We don't think about that we really don't breathe in full capacity and give enough oxygen, especially with everybody wearing a mask and we're breathing so much more carbon monoxide. I get it. I get where he's going now. So when you don't have that thing on, because you don't want to do it with your mask on, you don't want to suck in the more carbon monoxide. That's for the trees. The trees need that to live. You need to breathe in some of the oxygen they're giving you, and go thank a tree for keeping you alive. Go hug a tree, tell it thank you. Anyway, do it whenever you're safe to do it. But it needs to be outside fresh air. I don't know if it's this virus thing or if this was going on. I feel like this was going on before the virus came along. You're scared of the outside world. Do what? You're scared of changes. You're scared of the outside world. He's talking about some kind of smoke that you're going to smell that's going to be a sign from him. I don't know if it's exactly cigarette smoke. I can't quite tell. Some kind of smoke. So when you smell that, store, your car, Walmart, house, doesn't matter. Know that that's a sign from him, so make sure you validate him, acknowledge him. Tell him you love him and ask him to bring you more if you want more. Give him permission to step forward. Okay. Fear is only an emotion. Fear is only an emotion. And I say this all the time, but it stops us from doing so many things. Fear and change. Change is good. Change. Hair changes, our bodies change, our fingernails change. Change is good. Change is a transformation. Change is good. If we didn't change, we'd still all be wearing diapers. He says, don't be afraid of the change. Don't be afraid of doing it. Don't be afraid of stepping forward. Don't be afraid of stepping out of your house. You've got this. He says, you know deep down in your gut, what it is you need to do, but you're scared. You've got that fear. You're afraid of change. And now he's showing me, you're going to know what he's talking about. He's not going to give any details. He's showing me when you get over that fear that's in your gut and you start to make that change, that you're going to unfold like a butterfly. That you're going to come out of your cocoon and you're going to unfold like a butterfly. The change will be good. The change is right. And you know that deep down in your gut, or you wouldn't be asking him. And you have asked him. He hears you. Um, you don't have to talk out loud. He can hear you. So talk to him. Ask him for help. Asking for help, no matter which way you want to go with this fear. Asking for help. He'll either put people in front of you, or you'll get a phone call from somebody out of the blue. Perfect job will be offered, just depending on what fits your situation. And don't be afraid to take the risk, he says. They can bring us all the great things in the world, and we can go, yeah, no, I don't want to. I have free will choice. I don't want to do it. I don't care. I do it all the time. And then my guides go, Rhonda, what are you doing? We gave you this perfect thing. But it's our free will choice. They can't stop us. They can bring things to us, but you have to ask them, and you have to allow it. Step into it and let go of the fear. Okay, do you have a young one? I don't creep anybody's Facebook page, and I talk to too many people to remember anybody's details. He's showing me playing with the little Matchbox cars. So I don't know if somebody that was close to him, or you have a young one that would play with the little Matchbox cars, that he's been playing with that child. He says not so much playing with as much as watching over. A bridge. Something about a bridge. Well, I don't know. He's showing my bridge here. And okay, I don't know why he's showing my, it looks like my bridge anyway. A bridge like my bridge anyway, going over a river. Now, right now, as of this morning, it's flooded on the other side of my river again because we've had a lot of rain, so we can't go to get to our main towns that way right now, which makes everybody go way around. So, not sure why he's showing me that. There's always a reason, even if we don't get it now. He's taking his knuckles and he's rapping on his brother's head. Well, I'm not sure it's his brother, but it's a male about his age. He's rapping on his head trying to get his attention. And so this is the right side of my head. Doesn't have to be that side, but somebody that looks a lot like him. I'm not absolutely sure it's a brother figure, but this might look similar to him. He's rapping on his head trying to get his attention. So that person could feel that, or it could feel like bug crawling there, or you could get a slight headache there because he's really taking his knuckles and rapping on him, trying to, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, hey, stop that shit. He's saying, get that shit out of your head. That's not right. Stop it. You're blowing it. Knock it off. He's actually going up behind him, whoever this is, and he's pushing him on the back, pushing him, but not in a very nice way. Like he's just really just kind of doing things, trying to get his attention. So his back up here could hurt, could feel the push. Maybe that's why I feel beat up sometimes when I when I wake up in the morning. Maybe they're pushing on me, going, "What are you doing, Rhonda?" Maybe that's why I'm sore. All right, he said the name Charlie, so it's at least a male with a CCH name. Don't know if he's associating it with this person he was just talking about. We stink at names. Don't know why. It just doesn't work in our communication. So I just don't worry about it. But anyway, there are happier times ahead. You have to take the steps forward. Something about a chair moving in your house. A chair. It looks like a straight wooden chair, kind of similar, not similar, but you know, this type of chair, kind of, that moves. I don't know if you just hear it scraping on the floor, or you go in the kitchen or wherever, the dining room, wherever this chair is at, and it's turned different, or he's not saying what it is about this chair, but it's sitting by itself. It's not even at a table, the way he's showing it. It's totally up to him. It's his game. Escalate. Something's escalating. He says it's escalating. I think he's talking about your personal. I don't think he's talking about the outside world. We know that's escalating, stupid. How can I make you happier? How can I help you? Ask me. Ask me. He wants you to ask him. I'll say it one more time. He cannot override your free will choice. Ask him and then allow for whatever comes forward in the next few days. And kind of keep your eyes open for something new, something different, something a little out of the ordinary. Just you have to ask. You have to ask in a calm, um, not begging manner. Just ask. I need help with this. Write it down if you need to. Put it on your fridge. Put it on your mirror. Doesn't matter how you do it. Don't demand. Just ask. They'll provide it in the best way that fits your path. Might be something totally outlandish you never thought of doing. Do it. He says, come out of your shell. Come out of your shell. He wants you to go look in the mirror and tell yourself, look into your own eyes. Tell yourself, I love you. You're beautiful. Do it every time. Every time you walk past a mirror, look in your eyes, tell yourself, I love you, you're beautiful, until you believe it. Love of self is more important. Love of others is not so important. He's talking about others loving you. You gotta love yourself. Gotta love yourself first. That was one of the hardest things for me to learn when I started this work. How happy do you want to be? Do you want to be that beautiful butterfly? He's giving you lectures today. giving advice. That's what you asked for, so I'm letting him go with it. All right, he's talking about the analogy or whatever you want to call it, like with a tree. He's showing me a tree outside. In the fall, it drops its leaves. It looks like it's dead. Then in the spring, when the water comes, good grief, we've got enough, and it comes back to life. And he's saying transforming again. Actually, the tree's not. I don't consider it transforming, but it's his deal. It's his show. He's talking about you transforming. He's talking about you blooming again, even though the tree looks dead right now. He says, "Where do you want to be in 5 years?" And he's not talking about physical location like in Kansas or California or whatever. He's talking about where do you want to be in your heart, spiritually, in your head. Where do you want to be 5 years from now? He says, make a plan, make a goal. He's dealing out cards, but he's kind of throwing them as he's winging them out, winging them out. They're not really going to anybody. He's just got a deck of cards and he's just winging them, winging them. Something about the cards you're dealt. Make something out of the cards you're dealt. Okay, so he's showing me if you keep going right and there's a door shut there and you keep banging your head on the door, he says, go left. Because you're missing, when you're banging your head against that closed door, you're missing the open door over here. I like that. Never heard one say that before. He's pretty smart. Stop banging your head against the closed door and turn around and look the other way and see what you're missing. Because there's something behind that open door. And there's a lot of sunshine behind that open door. I can see the doors open a little bit, and it's really bright on the other side. That is your choice, your free will choice, to stop banging your head on that door and go towards that door with the sunlight. It's just the door's not open all the way, so you can't see, or they're not showing me anyway, not seeing totally what's through that door, but it's very bright. He says, take a chance. You won't regret it. And it's like he comes along and he kind of takes your elbow. He kind of has his hand on under your elbow, and he says, I will help you along the way. He's holding your elbows as you're walking, which is a little different. He says, do you want to be men or mice? We don't want to be men. We're not men. The lion or the mouse? The lion or the mouse? I don't know that he's going to give me any other clear signs that it's him in particular. So I think we've talked to him before. I don't remember for sure, but I think you know it's him. It's up to him. It's his ball game. Again, he says, how happy do you want to be? Or do you want to be like this the rest of your life? Your free will choice. I love you. Allow me to help you. Allow is a big word in this. Allow. You have to allow. It's totally up to you. They can't force it. They can't make you. They can't. They can offer all kinds of things. They cannot make you step forward. Don't forget. And I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. Don't have to talk out loud. Talk telepathically. People catch me talking to they think I'm talking to myself all the time when actually I'm talking to my little friends, having a staff meeting. He says he feels like he's lectured enough. He feels like he's lecturing instead of giving advice. I don't I don't think anything he said was really a lecture. He's saying it with the things that he said with great compassion, with great love, with great amount of peace. Ask him to help bring you peace. Ask him to help bring the ones up there that can help bring you peace. Tell him you love him. And then he says, tell you that you love you. Stop listening to other people. They pound that shit in your head. Listen to you. Trust you. Trust your inner guidance. Trust your gut. He's saying, listen to you, trust you, love you. Go take that bubble bath. And say, fuck the rest of you. I don't know that he actually means that you need to go do that to somebody, but in yourself you do. In a way. Okay, with that he's going to leave. He's saying, just trust that I am right there, waiting to help guide you. Waiting to bring grandma with me. I'm not sure whose grandma he's talking about. Waiting to bring grandma with me to help guide you. So I'm not sure who this grandma figure is, but I don't think he's going to explain. Know that I love you. Now you love you. And with that, he's leaving, so he's not going to give me any more validations, I don't think. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.